Okay, this is from the World Citizen, a government manual, Section 1, Categories of Governmental Development in Order of Logical Manifestation. And this is the third part, which is economy/prosperity. There are three sections of this document. The section 2 is rights and the color of law, and section 3 is the Constitution of the world citizen. I'm going to read the economy aspect in response to Inmendhams because I believe it was relevant. It's relevant to his topic, which was the economy, because he's right. There's no solution money-wise to this problem. It's a systemic problem, and therefore to cure the cause you have to change the system. Money has to end. We can't have a money system anymore. Cash system. What I propose would be a solution to the problem, but it would take a majority of the planet in cooperation for this to really work well. I guess that's all I have to preface this with. I'm going to begin now. Okay. An economy of prosperity is possible, but only with the disuse of money, or money-based systems of exchange and wealth, and therefore an end to the necessity of taxes as well as banks and the stock exchange. A citizen's wealth in this system would be determined by the quality of their productivity and the complexity of their job, as determined by adjustment claims officer. Now that second part, as determined by adjustment claims officer, that may be, as it comes out, it may be more acceptable, but it seems, well, who's the officer going to be? How dare he judge my work? Well, the fact of the matter is, your work is judged by a manager now anyway. The difference is this person would be far more capable, because they would be judging all around the state other people's productivity or abilities. I'm going to continue now. At the individual level, one who works as an employee shall be paid respective to the overall productivity of the organization, and one who works individually shall receive individual observation and evaluation. At the state level, the overall productivity of its citizens will be determined by its grade. Or no, the overall productivity of its citizens will determine its grade. A state's grade will be used to classify regions, their output, and their personal activity. The grade card, which shall be given to every citizen as proof of their citizenship, as well as the means of exchange in lieu of monetary units, shall be guaranteed within a period of 4 months of labor, used like a card or credit card. As the technology develops, the functions shall also increase. The invention of the cards will be private, and the consequential production will be federally appropriated through the states. Through the JMCO, the Adjustment Claims Office, the average citizen will have the right to the pursuit of happiness, because under its work policy, all citizens are guaranteed to have work only every other day as a standard. Working overtime affects the citizen's adjustment claim grade and increases the number of days they can take off. With more people employed by doubling the availability of work days, standards of occupation are to be accordingly loosened. Transference of wealth, as in resources and goods, will occur between the citizens and the states. By the states, the communication of goods and resources will occur by request of the state government. Depending upon the corresponding grades of the interacting states and citizens, the quality and size of distribution between them will be realized. Interstate distribution would be different than between citizens. States that need more but produce less will be governmentally developed, either agriculturally or through urban development. Between citizens, the quality and quantity are determined by the difference of corresponding grades. And that's all that's on here. That's a very, very limited amount of complicated, there's not much to tell. It's very simple. Based upon the principle of benefit to benefit reciprocation obligation, which is to say, it's very, it's technical language, but what it basically means is, if you do something for me, I am obliged to do something for you. And so that has to do with the rights, actually. And also, okay. Okay. The people of the world are hereby naturalized to world citizenship by their participation in so-called labor. The way world government then returns the favor for that defined prerequisite of citizenship, or labor, is rights. And by principle of benefit to benefit reciprocation obligation, this is just sensible. Government gives back in full to each what all have given first to it. That's just. Under this agreement, students cannot have jobs, therefore cannot be citizens. Only after education a person can notify the government of their labor by adjustment claims officer, and in so doing become a citizen with the acquisition of a gradient card after a 4-month period of performance. Now, you become the citizen instantaneously, but the card comes a little bit later so that you can then go out and purchase shit. The common rights of a world citizen under the doctrine of benefit to benefit reciprocation obligation that the citizen's participation enacts are hereby: the right to food, clothing, shelter, transportation, and information, as well as the normal liberty in the pursuit of happiness, because the food, clothing, shelter, transportation, and information are basically the right to life and good life. And of course, this government basically is in every way sensible, that we can, every time that somebody has said, well, if only we had it this way, if only education were this way. Our education is systematically designed for indoctrination rather than for the enlightenment of the student. Well, in this government, it actually is. And in fact, you have to accept the education system in order to be included in the government, included in the world society. You have to accept the education system, which is the exact, basically the opposite, but it's not completely the opposite of the education system we have now. It's not indoctrination, and it's not a prison, essentially. So yes, the economy aspect would be another aspect that you would have to accept before you were to incorporate, before you were to become a member of the world citizen. This is not a very long document. In all actuality, it's about 7 pages long on Word. But this, I think, is the solution to the problems that we're facing, if only it would be presented or dispersed. I don't really have good connections. So far, I've just been writing it and refining it, which I think is important. But yeah, so, if you want to give me a response in Inmendhams, I don't really care whether you do or not. I just hope people watch this and get inspired, really. So, good day to all.